So you have to write a paper and you have to do some research. What are you going to do? This is Dr. Reyes-Fournier coming to you with some information on how to use the online library here at Kaiser University, and also how to do some research online as well if the library isn't enough for you. And let me just say that the Kaiser Library is awesome, and if there's an article that you cannot find, they will get it for you. So all you need to do is be in contact with your library professionals and they will help you out. So let us look at the topics of discussion, or the topics that you have to choose from for your assignment for this course. I'm just going to pick the very first one, the relationship between color and mood. And you're going to go to the front page of your home page of your Kaiser platform, which is Blackboard. Yours might not look exactly like mine because mine is a faculty page, but on your front page you will have something that says Online Library. So go ahead and click on Online Library. Once it comes up, and it's going to take its time, of course, you are going to sign in to your online library. I should have had this already up, shouldn't I? Here we go. So if you don't know how to log in, if you've never done it before, you can click here and it says, how do I log in? Okay. And they actually have like little videos. If you have a hard time doing that, call them. They will easily get you up there. No problem. Very quick. So now that I'm logged in, and by the way, I still log in with my student ID because I completed my PhD at Kaiser, so I still have my student ID that works there. So that's pretty cool. And anyway, so then you are going to click on databases. Databases show you all the different areas that the databases that Kaiser carries in their library, which means that you have access to all of these. The two that I use the most is EBSCOhost database platform and ProQuest. We're going to start with EBSCOhost. Click on that. It'll open up a page that looks exactly like this. I say, look at all of the journals that we have available to us and say continue. So I hit select and continue. And I have the research question that I copied, and I'm just going to paste it in there. Now, before I go ahead and do everything, I am looking for specifically full articles. I want them to be scholarly and peer-reviewed from peer-reviewed journals. Now, what is the difference between a magazine and a peer-reviewed journal? A scholarly peer-reviewed journal means that a professional researcher, somebody usually with at least a master's or a PhD, did this research, sent it into the journal. The journal editors read it through and said, well, you know what, I really like this. However, that's not enough. So then they take that same journal article and they send it to 3 to 6 different scientists out there in the same field that have to look over your work. And in some cases, they even ask you for your data, and they do the statistics all over again to make sure that you are correct. So when they say peer-reviewed, they're not joking. Somebody actually, it's not only just correcting your work in terms of like how it was written, but they're actually looking at the data to make sure that your conclusions are correct. So this is why we say scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And that's about it. Also, I don't want, you're going to see on the next page how I'm going to limit how old these articles are. So this is just using the question. I'm not doing anything fancy, but using the question. This yielded to me 14,000 results. Now, how am I going to limit this? Well, one of the first articles is from 1894. Guess what? That's too old. So I'm going to move this little cursor thing and just keep us in the last 17 years. Okay? So now I've got 12,016. And so that means I could even do it more. in a lot of cases, in some, and even in graduate school, they'll tell you that you can't go more than 5 years out from the date that you're at. So still, I'm only looking at articles from 2010 to 2017, and I have 6,000 articles. So when you say to me, Dr. RF, I can't find any, it's like, really? Well, here's the problem though. That question was a little bit too vague, so we're going to do something a little bit more. Can colors make me happy? The effect of color on mood. A meta-analysis. Well, that is a really good study. What's a meta-analysis? I spoke about this during our week 1 Kaiser Live. A meta-analysis is where researchers take all different articles about the same topic and then go through these. I mean, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of articles, and code them and then run statistics to see, if the vast majority of this research has a consensus on a topic. So does color affect mood? You will see if you look at this meta-analysis if that's true. Now, in this case, here's the article. I'm just going to look at this really quick. This is such a good example. Before I do this, okay, I'm looking at all this, making sure that it's, everything's there. We're going to have some images in there and all that good stuff. I'm going to open up the full PDF text to make sure that I have everything that I want. And then EBSCO is going to be nice enough to show me the PDF that I could just read right here if I wanted to. What I usually do, here's the article starting right here. What I usually do is that I'll start with just looking at who wrote this. This is an individual who goes to or is working at Pennsylvania State University. I don't know who Jamie Hayoto is. I do notice here that advances in consumer research. Is that going to be okay for a psych paper? Well, funny enough, yes, because you see in consumer research, most of the people in there have a psychology background. Psychology and marketing, well, marketing uses a lot of psychology. So I'm going to look through the paper, seeing this, looking at the formulas that they used. It's pretty cool. We're looking at all this cool stuff. Let's see what they found. All right, this is looking good. Okay, so this is a good article. You're going to want this article if you are doing a paper on this. I'm not going to, say why you're going to want it, but you're going to figure it out as you're reading about it, because this person took, let's see, looking at their method, they're explaining to you how it is that they did this, the method section, the results. The results of the 2 meta-analyses incorporate over 1,000 participants each. This means the participants are the articles that they used. So 1,600 for pleasure and 1,600 for arousal. That means that what does color do for you? Is it pleasurable or is it arousing? Those are the things. So this meta-analysis did 3,208 different articles. That's amazing. Anyway, and that's one person. That must have taken them forever. So one of the cool things there, you go on the top, you could print it. And this is how you could also save it, because you can go like that, click it, and then save it to a PDF on your, print to PDF, and then you would actually have that on your computer. You don't actually have to print it out. Stay green. And also EBSCO has this wonderful thing where you could add it to a folder. But my favorite thing about EBSCO is this. You click on Cite, and all of a sudden, they give you the APA citation like so. All you need to do here is then copy that and paste that right into your paper. So there's no question of how do you do the citation. The actual EBSCO shows you how to do it. Now I need to go back to my results list, and I'm going to do a different kind of search. In this case, we're looking at color and mood as subjects. So we're going to go here and put it, a subject term is color, and mood, okay, is another subject term. And we're going to search. No results found. Oh, I see, because they didn't do it that way. Ha ha ha. That's why. Obviously, mood is not a name. Here we go. And it has 5. Okay? Because we're looking at full text as scholarly articles between 2010 and 2017. In this case, I'm going to just open it up a little bit more to see if we get more articles. 9. Okay. So this is going to give us some information on what we need. I'm going to just move effects of interior color on mood. I'm just going to click on that one. And this one is from 2011. You have the full PDF right there. You could read the abstract and it tells you what they did in that study. The purpose was to assess whether various colors across room interiors do in fact evoke different moods. See, this is looking like a pretty good article. You want to cite that. Once again, here's your citation. It even has the indentation for your, this is not your citation, this is actually your reference. Okay? Your citation is just the first names without the initials and the year. Then after you cite it and you put it in your paper, you can download it, and it's easy to do. I forgot how to do it. You could save it, and you could do it as an HTML. You could actually you can save it, and it'll give you a citation and an abstract and all that good stuff. I suggest that you open it up from PDF so that you get the full article. All right, so really quickly, and I could just get out of that, I can go to ProQuest, because I only have a couple minutes left on this recording. I can go to ProQuest and do the same exact thing. If I don't get what I want out of, I'm sorry, cat's clunking, I think. Okay. Scholarly journals, peer-reviewed, and search. It's not doing anything. Oh, yes it is. And it's giving me 50 of them. I'll look at mood color choice helps to predict response in hypnotherapy. Manchester color wheel, we just did that. However, it's a different article on the Manchester color wheel. You might want to mention that. Same thing. Let's see with the Manchester color wheel article from 2010. We open it up. You could download the PDF if you like it. Remember to read the abstract. That gives you an idea of what they were talking about. Maybe easier to do it like that. And they explain the background, the method, the results very quickly. Here it is in text form so you understand what they did. And here you can cite once again, same way. You could download the PDF. Here's the full reference to this article, including the DOI, which is a tracker for where you found this information. And you can download it, and then you have it. So, any questions regarding how to research, email me. If you get stuck with the library, give them a call. They are there to help you out with this. This should be the easier and funner part of what you do. Research is the backbone of what we do in psychology. So the better you get at it, the better you're going to do in the field. Also, if you have any issues with your paper, please check out the other video I just made regarding how to write your paper, citing and referencing, and different apps to use for that. And this is Dr. Reyes-Fournier, out.